Jenny is here now with some stories that will brighten your morning. Good morning to you, Jenny. It's great to see what people are doing to, help communities.
I know. Well, how am I supposed to compete, though, with a slab of meat, though? I feel like that's all you need. That's very uplifting. No, this is a great story. So 2 Jewish teenagers are creating face masks from traditional Jewish skull caps to protect the homeless community from the coronavirus. Watch.
So here's the idea we came up with. So you take a kippah, preferably these larger made of like fabric and cloth kind of ones because they're a bit easier to use. And you also need an elastic band, which is 6.5 inches. So what you do is you take the seam of the kippah here, and you go one down on each side, so you have, good space. And then you attach it on here, on the seam, and then you go about 2 inches down, and that creates kind of like, a handle for it. And then this is what the final product will look like. And you put it on. And so, we're trying to make these for ourselves, but mainly for the people here in Houston.
Matthew and Jeremy Jason launched kippahs to the rescue from their Houston, Texas home. They sewed more than 300 face masks from the traditional Jewish skull cap. The teens said they were just thinking about how they can help the community, and that's when they noticed the kippah fits the shape of the face. And they had all these extras, so they really put it to use, and they're donating it to homeless people and people in need. Okay, so grocery shopping these days is one of the few outings we can actually count on, and it's become somewhat of a fashion show for some. I want you to meet Karen Hinrichs-Lukes from Cincinnati. She's a costume crafting aficionado, and this is how she does her grocery shopping. So Karen decided to kick things up a notch, if you will. She says, hey, in apocalyptic movies, everyone has a crazy getup. So I thought this is the time to decide what we're wearing. She says, on a serious note, she's dramatized her fears of the pandemic and put them on parade using these costumes. So she made that enormous hoop skirt to make sure everyone keeps their distance, that dramatically large and sharp beak-like mask, that's to prevent breathing in the virus. And while she's using the crafting to cope, she's also making the rest of us smile. And have you been quarantined so long you just plumb forgot how to work out? Kind of like this guy? No, that's not a beer. Yeah, those home workouts aren't cutting it for most of us. Hopefully we remember how to get to the gym once they're back open. I'm not kidding. I, driving into work, had to put it into my GPS just in case, because I wasn't sure I would remember how to get here. So
I'm with you, Jenny. I was like, what time do I need to leave my house to make it here on time? And speaking of the workouts, it's hard to get motivated when you're at home.
Yeah, when the couch is here and like 1 dumbbell's here, you're like, what do I do?
That guy took the 12-ounce arm curl and actually turned it into a 12-pound arm curl. Good workout.